Have you any idea who you're about to be reunited?
I know exactly who it is.
Who is it?
Huh? It's this girl.
What's her name?
Philomena.
Wait, what's her name?
Her name's Philomena.
How do you know that it was Philomena?
Because I know.
How?
I knew who it was going to be.
Okay, could you take off your blindfold?
Surprise.
I knew it was you the whole time.
Yo, man, you better be taking care of your kid.
Don't even go there.
No, don't even go nowhere, man.
What kids you got? How many kids you
I got 4. She makes 4.
4. How many
That has
different
nothing to do
fathers?
with you.
How many different fathers?
2.
Tell me.
That has nothing to do with
right,
you.
like 3 or 4.
No, get the hell out of here. No, okay? No,
Alan,
don't even be kicking it on
is
TV.
Is there anything that you would
Ain't
like,
had
besides the fact that she has other children, that really isn't part of the...
It has nothing to do with him.
What would you like to say?
What would I like to say?
Yeah.
Look, this girl, she harasses me all the
Oh,
time.
man, I haven't seen you in
All the
over
time.
a
I
year.
can't stand her. I cannot stand her. She just,
Good, I hate
she
you
totally-
too.
Good.
Good.
Why you bring me out here? Why you bring me out here? Because you want
Because
to see me.
I...
That's why.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
if you want
I
money
wanna
from
see
me,
you.
what'd I tell you? I said bring me to court. I'll pay. No problem.
Yo, you said if I ever need any money, anything for the baby, call me. I call
I'm hard
there.
to get a hold of.
I call there, and you're like,
And
don't ever
call
call there.
there.
I'm gonna slap you with harassment charges, kid.
And call there.
Excuse me, regardless of how many kids she does have, why don't you take responsibility of the child you have with her and stop worrying about her? But if you're not willing to take on responsibilities, why didn't you use protection?
Huh?
Because you said he was sterile.
Huh?
Now,
You said
I
he
was
was
with this girl.
sterile.
I was
All
with
right.
this girl one time. I'm 19 years old. She served me alcohol, and it happened.
You're the one who brought
All
it.
right.
Get the
Okay.
hell-
All right.
You brought that- No, wait.
All right,
Hold up.
one time.
Alcohol has no excuse to perform a baby.
You served the
All right,
minor.
all right,
You
hold on.
served the
I did
minor.
not.
All right,
So
but
you
that's no
proved it.
excuse, but why didn't you use protection?
Yeah,
Because
you
you
should
told
be
me
smart
he's-
enough. You got 3
No.
kids.
Do you have any idea who asked us to bring you here today?
I have no idea at all.
Okay, take off your blindfold. Do you remember the young woman?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. Why are you laughing?
I had no idea it'd be her.
Okay. What do you want to say to Tina?
I'm involved, and it would be cool that we'd be friends and everything.
You're involved with who?
A girlfriend of mine that lives in Houston.
But why did you tell me that you cared about me and you didn't? You didn't care at all.
Well, I thought I did, but nothing was right. It wasn't there.
You know she's pregnant, so what are you going to do about that?
Well, I was told she wasn't, so, I mean, you know.
Who told you she wasn't?
She did.
When did she tell you that?
Like
Charlie, you
like a
used me
week
and I
ago.
really cared about you. You don't even care. You have no feeling whatsoever.
Let's clear up the pregnancy thing. Are you pregnant?
Yes.
When did you tell him you weren't pregnant?
No, I told him I was pregnant. And I told him I needed help paying for an abortion, pay half, and he said he would pay half.
And
that's the last time I talked to him.
Oh, well, but I mean, she never told me she was. She told me she was going to
I
the
called
clinic.
you and I said, Charlie, I'm pregnant. And you said, are you sure it's mine? I said, yes.
Right. And then you called me a week after that and told me that she went and it came up negative.
Oh, my God.
Is that not true?
That is not true.
Okay.
Alan, throughout the whole thing, you've been laughing.
Great sense of humor. Great sense of humor.
All right, Joanne, meet your mystery man.
Hi.
Joanne, do you
surprised.
remember who he is?
I hope so.
It's been a while.
Uh-huh. But do you know who he is?
I forgot your name.
Jordan.
You know why? Because I suppose I've been thinking it was someone else all along, so I'm a little flustered.
No easy on her.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
I'm sorry that it wasn't the person you thought, but we don't read minds. Do you remember having a relationship with Jordan? His name is Jordan.
Well, yes, actually, I did meet him somewhere in my local area.
And what happened?
Well, basically, we met at a club, and we had a good time together.
A good time is like dinner and a movie. I think it's a little more than a good time.
Jordan, what do you want to say to her?
Well, I'm not like totally tweaked and gonna freak out, but I'm a little upset that, when I called you back after what happened that night, you were like, you're too young, and you knew how old I was before this happened. And I didn't think that was right. Because going into it, I was totally honest with you, and you should have been honest with me, saying I'm not interested in someone that's a couple years younger than me, and you turn around, you blew me off, and after we had sex, and that was like not cool.
I'm really sorry. I feel really terrible about it, but it wasn't intentional. It just happened.
I know, it just happened. We didn't, I'm not saying you.
It just so happens that I was in a relationship.
Well, that's more the reason.
I hope it's a woman.
Oh my God!
Jay?
I'm very embarrassed.
Jay, do you know her name?
I want to say Maria.
Right.
Yeah. That's a long time.
She has given us a very dramatic description of that night. Do you remember that night?
Some of it, yeah.
Good for you.
No, I remember all of it.
Good for you.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
You want to tell Jay how you're feeling? You've waited 6 years for this night.
6 years.
6 years.
Man,
Well, I want to say that I haven't been able to find a man who had a lot of class and respect, and that night was a one-night stand, but it happened spontaneously. Everybody else is
Idea who the mystery woman is?
Oh no.
None. Okay. Take off your blindfold and meet your lost love.
Oh yeah. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Tuggle, it's been 7 years. Do you remember her?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
What happened? How come you never called or talked to her again?
Oh, man, that was like high school, you know what I'm saying? Whew.
What is it you want to tell Tuggle?
Well, I want to know why you didn't feel it was necessary to call me. I mean, you didn't know, but you took my virginity.
Karen is the author of 50% Off. It's a novel about love in the age of packaging. Karen, you've been hearing our guests today talk about how most of them were seriously let down by somebody they had a one-night stand with. What's going on here?
Well, I think a lot of times people have what I call another kind of wait problem, the W-A-I-T wait problem, where they need to wait a little bit longer until they really get to know somebody. Because,
before they have a one-night stand.
Yeah, definitely.
And yet, one-night stands are increasing in frequency in this day and age, even with all the dangers. More people are having one-night stands, and you would think less people should have.
Well, I guess in a way, because our culture is speeded up. We barely have time to get anything done, which is why I think there's Starbucks everywhere, so we can drink the coffee to speed ourselves up to get everything done, you know?
Exactly.
So we want to rush the relationship, but when you rush it, it comes out differently. When it's like the same reason why people think that maybe if you speed it up, you just find out sooner if it's going to work, but